What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 14, and this will be Christmas Eve for you guys. If you would like an early Christmas present from me, then get this video to, I'm not going to ask for like anything major. If you can just get this video to 200 likes, that's all I'm going to ask for. I will upload another episode of Career Mode for you later on today. So this will be my early Christmas present to you guys. I'll have 2 episodes of Career Mode, just so long as you can put 200 likes on this video. That's a formality, that's obviously going to happen, but I just want to treat you guys really. But anyway, the first game of today's episode is against Charlton here at the Valley, so it's going to be a tough game. Of course, another South London derby. We just had one against Crystal Palace, but we got another one here against Charlton, and of course we beat Charlton in the first one in the return fixture, or the first fixture between these sides in the first half of the season. We won by 2-0, so we'll be feeling really confident coming into this game. And of course, we're playing so well at the moment. We just knocked out Palace in the FA Cup away from home. What a result that was. So we're playing really, really well. But it was almost Charlton that took the lead in this game. Real good chance in the 3rd minute. The shot came in, but Nyland was untroubled there. It should have been 1-0. But in the 30th minute, Morrison intercepts his man here, goes through. And again, I'll try and chip the goalkeeper, but sadly it's saved. And the header from James Henry goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands. So still 0-0 here. In the 22nd minute though, the ball gets cleared away from a Charlton free kick. It comes to Lee Martin. Morrison's onto the ball and he's got all the time in the world here. It's a counter attack. It's 2-on-2. Morrison's got the support down to his right hand side. It's Ryan Gould who comes through and he strikes the ball into the bottom corner with that weaker right foot of his, but he does have a 5-star weak foot, so it's a really good strike by Ryan Gould. And as I've said, this guy, like, he hasn't been too amazing this season. I know I'm playing him deeper than usual. I know I'm playing him in CM and not CAM, but even so, he's been a little bit inconsistent. But that was a great finish there, and it's 1-0. And in the 75th minute here, James Henry goes through and they see an acrobatic flip over the goalkeeper, but he does indeed dink it over the goalkeeper and put it into the back of the net. So Henry makes it 2-0 here. Gordon Henry with the goals, and Charlton just didn't really turn up. They had a good chance early on in the first couple of minutes, but they missed it. And since then, it was really all us, to be honest. And in the 90th minute, a great chance to seal the game. Lee Martin down the left hand side, dinks it over the top. Charlton failed to clear the ball. It comes to Josh Wright. Wright gives to James Henry, shoots, but it's just over the bar. So the game does finish Charlton 0, Millwall 2. So it's the exact same scoreline as the last time we faced Charlton, and I was very happy with that. It was a really, really good win in a sort of a tense derby. But again, it's so odd, like just how bad they were. You know, I expected better from them. The same I expected better from Palace than the last game, but they didn't really play well, but I was pleased to get the win. But anyway, in the last episode, you would have seen me offer contracts to 3 or 4 players, and they all declined them, sadly. Lowry, Dunn and Keogh, I think that is there, all declined the contracts, and Liam Feeney also declined his contract. Of course, Feeney's going to be leaving the club anyway. We've offered him like 4 contracts now, and he's declined them all, and of course he's came to us in the dressing room and said he doesn't want to play for us anymore. So we know that's going to happen, but we're still trying, because as I've said, like, if we can just keep hold of Feeney, I'll be really happy, because even though he's only rated 66, he's really quick, and he's, you know, every now and then he's got a decent end product, and of course he's a good squad player. He barely complains about not getting in the side, so it'll be good to get him back. But anyway, Wales come in for us, and we stalled that international management offer, and Trotz is coming back from injury, which is fantastic, so I'm pleased with that. With Wales, by the way, guys, I stalled it for the time being, just because I know I do have some Welsh subscribers, but I will decline it. Like, I can't lie, it will be declined. It's just not interesting enough for me. I want a good nation, and you know, even though I'm not going to get on for quite a while, I just don't see the point in taking over a nation, you know, which isn't that great. I mean, yes, they've got Gareth Bale, I know that, but even though it's not a great nation, and after like 12 months, I might then get a better offer from someone like, you know, Italy or something, and obviously I'm going to leave. It would just seem like a bit of a pointless project, which I'll never finish. But anyway, the following game was against Blackburn Rovers here at the Den, and of course we're in 2nd place at the moment. We're still trying to get closer to QPR, who are 5 points in front of us, but we do have a game in hand, of course, due to our FA Cup run at the moment. So we're trying to push away from the pack, trying to get ourselves away from Brighton and the teams in the playoffs and try and get closer to QPR, because even though I don't believe getting the championship title is realistic, it would still be nice to you know, keep the dream alive for as long as possible, really. But anyway, Blackburn scored the opening goal of the game in the 18th minute here. The cross came in. It was a simple header, but you would have seen in the build-up, Scott Malone, what on earth was that? He seemed to have the situation completely under control. He tried to put his body behind Evans, I think it was, and he just seemed to fall over. It was a simple run and a great cross, and sadly Blackburn took took the lead there. So Scott Malone really didn't cover himself in much glory there. So it's 1-0 to Blackburn. But in the 38th minute, Michael Ngou's onto the ball here. The big man on loan from Liverpool step overs past Spur and drills it into the bottom corner past the veteran goalkeeper Paul Robinson. So it's 1-1 here, and Ngou gets the goal. So it's not all about headers for the 6'6" striker. A really good finish by Ngou after a nice step over. So 1-1 here, back on level terms. Of course, we're still yet to lose a game at the Den in the league, so that's really good. But it's 1-1 here. He sees Josh Wright get onto the ball, tries to chip Robinson, and it just nestles onto the roof of the net. That would have been a lovely goal by Josh Wright, but it's still 1-1. But in the 49th minute, Michael Ngou wins the ball here, finds Ryan Gould. Gould's onto it, he shoots, and sadly Robinson makes the save. So still 1-1. Robinson trying to frustrate us at the moment. But a few minutes after that, Blackburn give the ball away. It comes to Malone. Malone chips the ball into the area. Michael Ngou's there. He tries to flick it back over his head to James Henry. He does that, but sadly Henry was closed down, and his lovely acrobatic kick was well saved. So still 1-1. We were playing really well. It was only going to be a matter of time before we'd hit the second goal here. We would presume anyway. And in the 58th minute, Mark Beavers finds Scott Malone. Malone goes down the left-hand side, and he makes up for his error that cost the goal which Blackburn scored early on with a wonderful cross into the box. It was a great ball by Scott Malone, and Michael Ngou is there, and he celebrates in style because we do make it 2-1. We go back, we go in front for the first time in the game. But a few minutes after that, here the ball gets played inside to Ruben Rashina. His shot is well saved by Nyland, and the ball goes out for a corner. So Nyland wasn't a spectator, after that goal. He still had to make a couple of good saves, and that was one there. So still 2-1. But in the 74th minute, another great chance for Blackburn here. Judge is onto the ball, gets onto his left foot here, but he rolls it out wide, and King takes the shot, but it's a great save by Nyland, and the score is still 2-1. And in the 90th minute, a great chance for Blackburn to steal a point with a really, really good opportunity right just before the full-time whistle. And, well, I'm just going to let Martin Tyler and Alan Smith just commentate this last bit for you because it's really, really odd.
Here's the cross. There's still a chance after the save. Oh, listen to the roars of joy and relief here. They are safe. Relegation they put behind them. They will be staying up in this division.
Well, overall it's been a season to forget, hasn't it? And it's been terrible, but not today. This is a day to remember.
So it's a day to remember and a season to forget, apparently, because we've just saved ourselves from relegation. I don't even know. That's a very, very, very bizarre piece of commentary, isn't it? I mean, we've already seen one piece of bizarre commentary earlier on in the season when Martin Tyler and Alan Smith thought Lee Martin was in the squad and playing in goal. But yeah, apparently we're relieved to be staying up in the division. And of course, it's obvious why they've said that, because of the points total. It would mean that, mathematically, even if we lose our remaining games, we still can't get caught up by the teams in the relegation zone. But it's still like, it's just like how... what was going through EA's mind when they thought that would be a good idea? Seriously, it's just bizarre. But anyway, there you go. We're safe in the Championship for another season. That's fantastic. But anyway, the following game is against Middlesbrough here at the Riverside, and I was looking to get another 3 points in this game. And as I've said, really, just try and keep the pace with QPR, and for as long as possible, try and kid ourselves that we could possibly win this division. But the first chance came in the 17th minute. Carrasco takes aim from an absolute mile out, but it was a good save by Steele, but a routine save really. But still 0-0. But in the 25th minute here, Malone takes a quick throw in, finds Ryan Gould here. Gould's onto the ball, eventually fake shots around his man. He's waiting for the lunge. Eventually gets the ball around him, crosses the ball in on the byline, and it goes to Steve Morrison, who heads the ball into the back of the net. Morrison makes it 1-0. It was a lovely cross by Ryan Gould there, really good assist, and it's 1-0 to us, and we take the lead away from home. But in the 52nd minute, a great chance for Middlesbrough. Vargas onto the ball. He's got space. He plays the ball out wide to Butterfield. Butterfield crosses the ball in at the second attempt here towards the centre. It's headed up in the air, and Adoma's header was brilliantly saved by Nyland, and eventually Middlesbrough failed to make anything of the chance, so it was still 1-0 here. A few minutes after that, though, Middlesbrough were on the ball again. It's Butterfield once again, plays the ball down the left-hand side to Friend. Friend finds Camera. Paul Robinson just seems to get caught in no man's land here. He goes through, crosses the ball to the far post, and again the header comes in, and again Nyland makes a really good save. So he was desperate to keep a clean sheet in this game, still 1-0, but just past the hour mark, the cross comes in, and sadly Jonathan Woodgate, the former Real Madrid defender, makes it 1-1 here. So Woodgate makes it Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1, sadly, and Nyland wouldn't be keeping a clean sheet. He was playing very well, and 10 minutes after that, Adoma's onto the ball, Finds Justin Hoyt, of course, he was on loan to us at the start of the season. So Hoyt's onto the ball, finds Marvin Emnes here, down the right-hand side, crosses the ball in, and sadly Butterfield beats Weiser in the air and heads it past Nyland. So Nyland must have been devastated, man. He made a couple of really good saves, but sadly Middlesbrough did take a 2-1 lead here with 20 minutes to go, and they were in front here. And a few minutes after that here, well, 10 minutes after that, Adoma's onto the ball, gives it back to Varga. Varga's onto the ball here, plays it back to Adoma, real nice link up there, but Nyland makes a good save and we managed to clear the ball. But that was actually how the game finished. So we do lose just for the second time this season in the Championship. We've only lost to Burnley in the Championship, and of course Southampton in the Capital One Cup. Only our second defeat in the league this year. That's a real shame, but as you'll see by the stats, we deserve to lose. We didn't play well, and that's the first time really, other than the Burnley and Southampton games, where the AI on Legendary have actually felt like the AI on Legendary. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget, I'll have another episode of Career Mode up later tonight, so like the video if you enjoyed it, but I'll see you for another episode of Career Mode later on this evening.